everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna. Today I'll be doing books about libraries or take place in libraries and with dark academia kind of vibes. So I thought we'd be doing it with that. Without further ado, let's get going. So my first book is The Library of Fates by Margaret Harrison. When his librarian keeper mysteriously died, two former classmates must race to locate a rare book from the college years that can foretell your future if you confess your secret from your past, but someone is intent on protecting what's hidden inside. So this actually comes out on December 2nd, so really cool. We have got about 4 or 5 months left, give or take, so not too long actually. And I already talked this book about so many times, I'm just going to read that headline, and that is The Library at Hellbook by Cassandra Carr. The Hellbook Technical Institute for the Gifted is a premier academy for the dangerous, the Antichrist, and Ragnaroks, the world eaters and Archapox makers. Hellbook promises redemption, acceptance, and a normal life after graduation. At least that's what Alyssa Lee is told after she's kidnapped and forcibly enrolled. So doesn't that sound divine? So I actually really read this book, but I will include it anyways because it kind of fits as to what we're talking about in this video. And it was okay for what it was, but this is The Night in the Library by Emma Jurisic. One night locked in the library, what could possibly go wrong? On the night before graduation, 7 students gather in the basement of the university's rare books library. The door locked in the library after closing time, but it's the perfect place for the ritual they want to perform, one borrowed from the Greeks, said to free those who take part in it from the fear of death. And what better time to seek the wisdom of ancient gods than in the hours before they were scattered in different directions to start their real lives. So it was cool, but I think some parts could have been done better, so yeah. So this one also kind of fits, I suppose, but it's The Haunting of Hector Cavendish. England, 1881. Hereford Catherine Lloyd stands centennial over a city, keeping its secrets, holding long-forgotten souls on its stony embers. Hector Cavendish speeds through the cobbled streets on her bicycle, skirts hitched at daringly high, heading for a new life as assistant librarian. But this is no ordinary collection of books. The cathedral houses an ancient chain library, wisdom guarded for centuries, mysterious stories locked onto its worn, humble shelves. The most prized artifact, however, is the medieval world map, which hangs next to Hector's desk. Little does she know how much curious people with mythical creatures depicted on it will come to mean to her. Nor does she suspect that there are lost souls waiting for her in the heart of the cathedral. Some will become her dearest friends, some will seek her help in fighting peace, others will put her in great peril, and as she quickly learns, threaten the lives of everyone she loves. If I stumble, I am sorry. I have been talking all day, so I'm gonna stumble out. My next book is The Library of Lost Girls by Kirsten Phipps. Gwen Donovan adores her beautiful, rebellious, and lustrous Izzy, but the Izzy who returns from the Delphi School for Girls is not the sister who left the finishing school. Now she is Isolde, dull and complacent, and more shocking, eager to marry. I always find that it's always the older sister in almost every single thriller book always has issues going on. But so, whatever. My next book is Ink, Blood, Sister Scribe by Emma Torres. Two estranged half-sisters tasked with guarding their family's library of magical books must work together to unravel a deadly secret at the heart of the collection, a tale of familiar loyalty and betrayal and the pursuit of magic and power. For generations, the Calote family has guarded a collection of ancient and rare books that let a person walk through walls or manipulate the elements, book of magic that half-sisters Joanna and Esther have been raised to revere and protect. That really sounds so cool. I also read this, I did enjoy it as well. This is The Last Year at the Blackwood Library by Hester Fox. World War I, England. A young woman inherits a mysterious library and must untangle its powerful secrets. With the stroke of a pen, 23-year-old Ivy Radcliffe becomes Lady Hayworth, owner of a sprawling estate of the Yorkshire moors. Ivy has never heard of Blackwood Abbey or the ancient bloodline from which she is descended. With nothing to keep her in London, since losing her brother in the Great War, she rarely makes her way to her new home. My next one is The Book of Fates by Rachel Moore. So this book is actually called The Book of Library, or the Library of Shadows, something like that, because apparently this book right now doesn't really meet the requirements of Goodreads. So I believe the book is called The Library of Shadows, I believe, but it's the same plot, same summary, just different title name. I don't know why it didn't meet the requirements, but yeah. In Radcliffe Prep, the third most haunted school in the country, where a student disappears is uncommon. No one dares to stay in the library after dark, and Esther Lagana enrolls with the hopes of finding her dead father. Not literally, of course. She doesn't believe in ghosts. Going to that school just seems like the best hope at figuring out who he was. But then Esther meets Mateo, who is maybe, probably, definitely a real ghost, an annoying one at that. When Mateo blames Esther for the theft of a rare book from the library secret spire and then vanishes, Esther will have to track him down or risk being expelled and leaving Radcliffe early just like her father did. Except following her father's footsteps might be more dangerous than Esther ever anticipated. As she investigates the library with its secret passageways, hidden tunnels, and haunted walls, she learns that the student disappearances aren't just a myth, and if she isn't careful, she'll be next. My next book is The Lost Books, The Scroll of Kings by Sarah Pranias. The powerful lost books at the palace library are infecting the rest with an evil magic, and two unlikely friends must figure out who or what is controlling the books and the power. If they can't, the entire kingdom could be at risk. My next one is The Paris Library by Janet, I can't say her last name or her middle name. By Janet Skillian Charles. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. I have a feeling I did. Paris, 1939. Young and ambitious Odile Souchet has it all: her handsome police officer beau and a dream job at the American Library in Paris. When the Nazis march into Paris, Odile stands to lose everything she holds dear, including her beloved library. Together, her fellow librarians, Odile joins the resistance with the best weapons she has: books. But when the war finally ends, instead of freedom, Odile tastes the bitter sting of unspeakable betrayal. My next book is The Library of the Written by A.J. Hackworth. Many years ago, Claire was named head librarian of the Unwritten Ring, a neutral space in hell where all the stories unfinished by the authors resides. Wow, you don't need to call me out. Her job consists mainly of repairing and organizing books, but also keeping an eye on restless stories that risk materializing as characters and escaping the library. When a hero escapes from his book and goes in search of his author, Claire must track and capture him with the help of former muse and current assistant Brevity and nervously encounter Leto. That sounds so cool. I just love those type of books. My next book is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. When Nora Seed finds herself in the Midnight Library, she has a chance to make things right. Up until now, her life has been full of misery and regret. She feels she has let everyone down, including herself, but things are about to change. The books in the Midnight Library enable Nora to live as if she had done things differently. With the help of an old friend, she can now undo every one of her regrets as she tries to work out her perfect life. But things are always what they imagine they would be, and soon her choices place the librarian and herself in extreme danger. Before time runs out, she must answer the ultimate question: what is the best way to live? Live your life how you want to live your life. I think that's the most important way. My next book is Ink and Bob by Rachel Kane. Ruthless and supremely powerful, and the Great Library is now a presence in every major city, governing the flow of knowledge to the masses. Economy allows the library to deliver the content of the greatest works of history instantly, but the personal ownership of books is expressly forbidden. Judge Brightwell believes in the value of the library, but the majority of his knowledge comes from illegal books obtained by his family. Judge has been sent to be his family's spy, but his loyalties are tested in the final months of his training to enter the library service. And my last book is, I love this so much, that is Sorcery of Thrones by Margaret Rogerson. All sorcerers are evil. Elizabeth has known that as long as she had known anything, least as founding in one of Ostermere's great librarians. Elizabeth has grown up among the tools of sorcery and magical grimoires that whisper on shelves and rattle beneath iron trains. If provoked, agents form into ghost-like monsters of ink and leather. She hopes to become a warden, charged with protecting the Ink Kingdom from the power. Then, in an act of sabotage, releases the library's most dangerous grimoire. Elizabeth's desperate intervention implicates her in the crime, and she is torn from her home to face justice in the capital, with no one to turn to but her sworn enemy, the sorcerer Nathaniel Thorne, and his mysterious demonic servant. She finds herself entangled in a centuries-old conspiracy, and not only the great librarians go up in flames, but the world along with them. I love that book so much. I kind of want to reread it again, actually, but yeah, those are all the books that have like libraries or takes place in libraries. Let me know what's your favorite book of libraries. And otherwise, if you like this, please like, comment, subscribe so you'll be notified every time I post. I will see you on my next one. Bye!